What's going on, everybody? Thought I'd do an update video real quick. Sitting at a rest area. Picked up well, let's go back. Finally got everything done as far as the DOT inspection with Schneider, the lettering, the numbering on the truck, IFTA stickers, got a new permit book, new license plate, which was kind of weird because the upgrade paperwork tells you to keep the permit book and license plate off the truck you turn in, which I did, but then they turned around and sent me all new new registration, so I had to have driver services at West Memphis mail the permit book, license plate, and all that good stuff from the other truck back to fleet service. But I got all that done at the beginning of this week. Today's Saturday the 28th. Picked a load out of the West Memphis yard. It was a relay. I picked that up. I was going to go to Iowa with it. I got about 31 miles up I-55 and check engine lights popped on, both of them. There's two. One actually says check, and it looks like the little engine, and then the other one's just the yellow engine looking symbol. Both those popped on. And then the depth gauge, there's a little yellow, or there's a little light right there. It was blinking yellow. And the truck just, it didn't derate because I was able to maintain speed, but it got real sluggish. So I turned around at the next possible exit to do so and pulled into a rest area. Called the dealer, let them know what was going on. Wanted to make sure they were going to stand behind the truck because at that point I only had 80 miles on the truck, thereabouts. He said they would take care of it. And then I called my BOA to let her know that I was going to have to take the load back to the yard and drop it off because of the issues with the truck, and the truck's going to have to go back in the shop. Which I did, dropped the load off at West Memphis, got this back to the dealer. They got it in, and they would send me updates, send me email. If the first update I got was the outlet NOx sensor located in the one box, which is your after treatment system, had failed. So they replaced that sensor, and then in their retesting or whatever they did, the inlet NOx sensor was also showing not to be working properly. So when they went to remove that sensor, the threads came with it. So they ended up having to weld a new bung, which is just a metal ring with threads in it, to replace the one that had stripped, and then put the new sensor in, which they did, and got that done. So yeah, and they did charge it to the warranty that I have on this truck, on that system, which is fine as long as it didn't come out of my pocket, and it didn't, because if they would have said then we would have had a conversation. But we didn't have to have a conversation, so we're good there. But yeah, so it didn't cost me anything but time and a load that I had to take back and drop off at the terminal. But other than that, it's a used truck, and there's gonna be things like this happen from time to time. Luckily, it's not the Lone Mountain truck that I had looked at. because with their program, they'll fix anything you find within the first 48 hours. After that, it's yours, period. So if this would have been Lone Mountain's truck, that would have been all my expense fixing that. So, so far, the dealership, Tag Truck Center in Memphis, so far they've stood behind everything. I mean, when I first had the truck DOT inspected at Schneider, if you've watched prior videos, there was a brake chamber that had a small leak in it that the West Memphis shop found, and the fifth wheel plate was sloppy, and it had the dent in it, which created the small lip at the front. They put a whole new fifth wheel plate on this thing. They just replaced, it's all new. So, I can't complain with what they've done at all. So yeah, again, other than time, it is what it is. It is what it is. And, hopefully we won't have any other issues going forward for a little bit. And we can start making a little bit of money. The nice thing is this is the first load out. When I turned in the SFI truck, the insurances on that truck stopped. But as soon as I got the paperwork done on this one, they kicked back in the new insurances, which are cheaper than the previous, because this is a 14 versus a 2020. And the nice thing is those costs built up from the time they started till now. But this one load will cover all those residual costs and fees, whatever you want to call them, payments. So, and I'll actually, even with the fuel I bought to run this load, I would still come out ahead, not by much, but I'll come out ahead on this one load, because I don't have a weekly $900 truck payment anymore. My truck payment, as I've said in previous video, is $581 a month. That's a month, which at that amount, the goal is to try to double that payment every month. Just try to get the truck paid off in half the time. But we'll see. If especially with things going the way they're going right now in the country, if things drop, barring any major issues with this truck, I should be able to still make some money, hopefully. But we'll see. Right now, freight's up because everybody's, overrun the stores. But with all the businesses closed down in a lot of areas of the country, eventually it's going to catch up. Once the stores get their shelves replenished and people stop, hoarding like, it's end of days, we should, my thought process is there's going to be a drop in volume. It just is. Hopefully for the guys out there that are, have the higher truck payments, anybody, it don't matter if it's Schneider or anywhere, hopefully they too can weather this storm. It's gonna get rough. I'm feeling it's gonna get rough. That's my opinion. It's already getting there, and my heart just goes out to anyone who's got sick family members, who's lost a family member, because the sad part about this situation is his family can't be with someone that's that ill, and may pass or has passed. So these people, other than the hospital staff that's taking care of them, they're on their own. It's just a sad way to go when you have family and they can't be with you in those moments. So my heart goes out to anyone that's experiencing it. Like I said earlier in a previous video, I have elderly parents, and this virus is very hard on older people. I can tell you right now, as with the last video, and I'm not going to get into another rant on it, but the fact that we have people in this country, elected officials, and crazy former TV personalities that now do a podcast because they were even too crazy for the channel they worked for, trying to convince Americans that they should sacrifice their life to keep the economy moving. Let's clarify. That is BS in the extreme. No one should have to sacrifice their life just for the country's economy. You're gonna basically, they're telling people, go to work, take the chance of getting sick and possibly losing your life, especially older people, for money. I'm sorry, I'm not willing to sacrifice any of my family for $1. Just not gonna happen. It just, I can't do it. And I can't believe there are people, because what it is they're anticipating it won't affect them. The one doing the podcasts, most people would know him. It's Glenn Beck. What a pile of crap this guy is. He's sitting in a booth in a radio station. So yeah, he's more than willing for everybody else to go out and sacrifice himself, because he's not going to. He's one guy sitting in a booth. That's ballsy, to try to tell others to do something that you yourself aren't going to have to do because of what you do. Stop it. How do these people sleep at night? The almighty dollar, more important than even your kids. It's just, people like that make me sick. Lieutenant Governor of Kentucky said the same thing. Ought to be ashamed of himself. The President of the United States has referenced to that. He hasn't come out and plainly said it that I know of, but he's referenced to that same thing. People sacrificing themselves for the economy. It's disgusting. It's plain and simple disgusting, because the only people that benefit are the same ones that benefit no matter what happens in this country. And it's always the wealthy and these large corporations. That's it. Even small businesses. I'm talking real small businesses. Generally, if they survive, they're going to do about the same, but it ain't like they're going to suddenly get wealthy. So when they talk about sacrificing for the economy, they're not talking about the economy. They're talking about sacrificing for rich people and large corporations so that they don't lose out. It would really hurt my feelings if they couldn't buy that fifth house, or the newer, nicer yacht, or the latest high-end, ridiculously overpriced sports car. It would really hurt my feelings if they couldn't do that anymore. Boo-hoo. Screw you. So that's my new rant for this time. I just can't believe we've gotten to this point where we're so fixated on $1 that we're ready to just throw people to the trash heap to save these people's money. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Because I don't know about you, I'm 52 years old. I've worked for a few people over my life, and not a damn one of them would give two shits whether, as long as I came and did my job, they were fine. But if something happened to me, they could replace me the next day. You know, I could be on my work in a car accident, and by the afternoon, they've already got somebody doing my job. They don't give a shit about us. Stop it. Stop it. Sacrifice my life for them. Shit. I'll sacrifice my life for my kids, my family. You know, I'll sacrifice my life for those things. I am not going to sacrifice my life so rich people can keep making money. Just not, you know, screw that. Screw that. I'm out here because I choose to be. And I do have my own business. And I'm hoping it survives this, like a lot of people should be hoping they survive this. But, you know, if it came down to my wife, my parents, my kids, if me being out here was a very large risk to my family. See, if I could get out here and I can live in the truck, I can self quarantine myself right here if I have to. So yeah, I got to get off the subject. It pisses me off that people have gotten to that point. Ought to be ashamed. Ought to be ashamed. So yeah. How's everybody else doing? Oh my gosh. Good old USA. Land of the dollar. So yeah. I guess I'll get off here and go to sleep so I can get up and go to work in the morning. So, you know, I'll leave it at that. As always, I appreciate you taking the time. You guys be extra safe out there. Please be safe out there. Be smart. Be smart, be safe, and we'll talk to you.